Do you have a girl in your life who you think may like you? Perhaps you think she's just too shy to admit it. If you're unsure of how to tell if she likes you or not, don't worry. We're here to help. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the biggest problems guys can face, which is figuring out if a girl actually likes them. It's a common issue, and one that can cause you to have a lot of confusion and uncertainty. Being able to read her body language and other signs of interest is key to knowing whether or not she's into you. So, stay tuned and learn all the tips and tricks on how to know if she likes you too. Number 1. She shows off her neck to you. It might sound a bit strange, but here's something interesting. When a woman exposes her neck to you, it can actually be a subtle way of showing interest in you. You might notice little things like tilting her head, wearing clothes with open necklines, or even letting her hair down. It's like she's sending out signals your way without even realizing it. This kind of body language is like they're expressing vulnerability and inviting you to come closer, but doing it in a subtle way. It's a clever way for her to make her interest in you known without being too obvious about it. Number 2. She remembers the minute details about you. Have you ever noticed how she effortlessly recalls even the tiniest details about you? If so, it's a clear indication that she's paying an exceptional level of attention to you, far beyond what is necessary. This keen interest shows that she's really intrigued and desires to strengthen her connection with you. When women are attracted to someone, they really pay attention. They remember your favorite food, the type of music you enjoy, or the kind of jokes that make you laugh. These are all signs that she genuinely wants to get to know the real you. For example, if she brings up something you mentioned weeks ago or shows a real interest in your preferences, it's because she's trying to establish a deeper connection with you. Number 3. She puts in the effort to look good when she knows there's a chance you'll see her. For a lot of women, looking attractive is a big part of their daily routine. But if you notice she's going the extra mile to look good when she knows you'll run into her, it could be her way of showing how she feels without actually saying it. It's like she wants to make a good impression and keep you interested in her. For example, she might decide to amp up her look with some makeup and dress a bit more elegantly whenever you're around. She might try out different hairstyles, all in the hopes of catching your eye, and she might even wear that dress you complimented her on. By putting in that extra effort to look good, she's showing that she cares about how you see her and wants to feel closer to you. You'll especially notice this behavior if you see that she doesn't put in the same level of effort when you're not there. Number 4. You see her licking her lips, especially while looking at you. So here's the thing. According to experts on body language, if a woman subtly licks her lips, it might mean she's interested in you but trying to hide it. Licking her lips is like a subconscious way of both hydrating her lips and showing her attraction when she's around you. It's a small gesture that can speak volumes about her genuine interest in you. And if you notice her doing this more often than usual, it could be a pretty good sign that she's genuinely into you and wants to catch your attention. Number 5. She showers you with compliments, but does it indirectly. Indirect compliments are like sneaky little ways of praising someone without being too obvious about it. Instead of just straight up telling someone how much you admire them, you find other clever ways to do it. For instance, if she mentions how impressed she is with your work or compliments your sense of style, those seemingly innocent comments might actually be her way of giving you a compliment while hiding her true feelings. Detecting indirect compliments can be quite challenging. They often require careful observation and interpretation. But if you pay close attention to the context and her nonverbal cues, you can unveil some valuable insights into her sentiments and intentions. So the next time a woman throws you a seemingly ambiguous compliment, take a moment to analyze it to discover the hidden message they're trying to convey. Number 6. When she sees you, she immediately smiles. A woman's smile is like her secret weapon, you know? It's how she shows her friendliness and openness, hoping that you'll make the first move to get closer. And hey, if you notice her smiling every time she sees you, it could mean she's into you, but she's trying to hide it. It's because she thinks she's in one of those instances where she likes someone she thinks is out of her league. There could be different reasons for a woman to smile when she sees you. Maybe she genuinely enjoys seeing you, or finds your company enjoyable. Either way, it's important to pay attention to how often she smiles when you're around. If she smiles a lot, there's a good chance she likes you. Number 7. She chooses to sit beside you whenever there's a chance. This is something that may seem obvious, but unfortunately, It often gets overlooked by guys. If you notice that she consistently chooses to sit close to you, whether it's in a social gathering, professional meeting, or academic setting, it could mean she wants to be near you. Now, this doesn't always mean she has romantic feelings for you. Perhaps she just seeks your company because she finds you engaging and enjoys your presence. But if she keeps doing this regularly, there's a good chance she's genuinely interested. After all, choosing to sit nearby can be a subtle way of showing attraction. Number 8. She aims to get your attention. Picture this. You're at work, school, or a social gathering, and you can't help but notice how she's always seeking your attention. Whether it's through her funny antics, cracking jokes, or sharing stories about her recent experiences, she's doing everything she can to catch your eye. Guess what? By trying to get your attention, she's subtly showing her affection towards you without actually saying it out loud. For example, she might start talking about things she knows you're into, or keep the conversations going longer than necessary. She does this because she's trying to build a stronger bond with you and show her feelings for you without actually saying it. Number 9. She seems to be nervous or behaves differently when you're together. It's usually pretty easy to tell if she's nervous when you're around. Well, nervousness can show up in different ways. So you might notice her sweating a lot, stumbling over her words, or constantly fidgeting. And if you see her hands shaking or her voice getting shaky when she talks to you, it could mean she has feelings for you but is trying to hide them. As time goes on and her emotions become more obvious, she'll probably start feeling more comfortable and show fewer signs of nervousness. On the other hand, women might also show the opposite. Instead of appearing nervous, they might get a bit defensive to keep their emotions under wraps. So if you see her being overly critical or sarcastic when talking to you, it could mean she's trying to hide how she really feels. And speaking of defensive, this next sign relates to it. Number 10. Her body language is telling. When it comes to flirting, women show two different types of body language. She can either be inviting and defensive. When we speak of inviting body language, we're talking about gestures like uncrossing her arms, leaning in, or pointing her feet towards you. These little signs show that she's into you. For instance, if she's leaning in or has her arms open while talking to you, it's a good sign. Chances are that she's genuinely interested in what you have to say. Her body language is like her way of saying, "Hey, I like you and I'm open to getting closer." On the other hand, if she has her arms crossed or her feet pointed away from you, it might suggest that she's not really interested and wants to keep her distance. At the same time, like we mentioned before, this behavior could also be a way for her to hide her true emotions. So, if you pay close attention to her actions when she's around you, you can get some valuable insights into how she really feels. Number 11. She sneakily glances your way. If a woman is aiming to be low-key about her feelings for you, she might quickly glance your way every now and then. It's like she's testing the waters and checking how you'll react when she looks at you. Maintaining eye contact can be intimidating for many women, especially when it involves someone they're attracted to. It's pretty common for them to quickly turn away and avoid prolonged gazes. So if you notice her stealing glances at you from time to time, and she swiftly averts her eyes when you catch her looking, there's a pretty strong possibility that she has feelings for you, but is attempting to hide them. Number 12. She changes her behavior in your presence. When a woman is engaged in a conversation with you and she starts playing with her hair, it can be a sign that she's interested in you. Another thing to watch out for is if she unintentionally mirrors your body language. So, if you lean in, she'll lean in too. If you cross your arms, she'll do the same. This subtle synchronization shows that she's paying attention and genuinely curious about what you're saying. And don't forget to listen to the tone of her voice. You might notice that it becomes softer and more melodic, almost like she's trying to capture your attention. Here are 2 more videos you may find interesting. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos like this, subscribe to the channel.